WFO Radio at PBIR here with a 15-time champ, John Force. John, welcome back to Palm Beach.
Been a long time since I've been here, but boy, the weather's beautiful here and great racetrack. We're having fun.
Now, when was the last time you were out here? You got any war stories?
Oh, it's been 25. Hell, there's a crocodile over there as old as me. It's been 25 years probably. 28, I come here with Austin Coyle, yeah. Early days.
I remember seeing you at Miami Hollywood when I was a kid back then as well, the Miami track.
Yeah, we ran there and Bradenton and, of course, Gainesville every year on the NHRA tour. But, you know, West Palm Beach was one of the first places I came. First time I saw an alligator outside of a zoo.
Now, what are you trying to accomplish here today? Obviously, got Robert back behind the wheel, made a good run this morning. Mike, right away, you made the announcement a couple weeks ago, and boom, he's out here racing. Take me through one of these tests for Force Racing.
Well, you got to learn. You got to take these Ford Mustangs, and you know the sponsors give you money like Castrol and Auto Club to test, and you got to learn because the season starts. You got to come out of the box swinging at Pomona, but a lot of new stuff, clutch discs, different timing stuff on the race cars, running new bodies, new chassis. Robert had to switch a chassis, had a problem, but at the end of the day, they've all run good, and myself. So we all ran O's. And we'll just keep running. And then my youngest girl here is Courtney. She'll be testing here either Sunday or Monday. So we'll be here for a few days with her.
Now, we spoke with Courtney yesterday, and first of all, she's got a lot of experience, not in the Nitro cars yet, but in the Super Comp cars and then a fuel dragster. She's got a great head on her shoulders for racing already. The move up to funny cars, how are you guys going to manage that? I know this season she's just going to kind of get warmed into it and be ready for next year.
Well, we don't have the sponsorship for a car. It's coming under the Brand Source logos because they paid for the A-Fuel dragsters. So we told them we'll take this time to teach her. Plus my other daughter, Brittany, will be out in the dragster with Brand Source later in the year. So she's got a lot to learn. And that really is the fun of it. You know, it's the journey, not the destination. But she's got her sister will be down here tomorrow. Of course, our TV crew's coming here. We're going to build a pilot, you know, to bring back our TV show. So, and the pilot's going to be focused around Courtney, learning how to drive, with Ashley, Robert, myself, and Mike Neff teaching her. She got some great teachers, and it's going to take time, but she will learn and just take a little time.
Now, you're very heavily involved in the promotional side, and it seems you get your 15th championship, and you right away on the momentum of that, the TV show, Brent Travers. How obviously you find it important. How important is that for you guys and maybe other teams to get involved in really driving this sport?
Well, the TV show that we started back in 2005, it had 2 great seasons. And then going into our third, Eric Medlin was killed at Gainesville. And my kids and the whole family was like, we just can't do this. We got to find out why. And that was the Eric Medlin project that come out of it. The new chassis. Of course, the Boss 500's built there, the motor. But really the new chassis with Ford Engineering and all those studies. So, but Hollywood was great. One, it made you a few bucks. 2, the exposure, you know, unbelievable. You know, we had primetime TV. And it gives your sponsors more exposure, Brand Source Mac Tool, but it gives your drivers. I mean, my kids in the airport after the first year, everybody knew who they were. Hell, it took me 25 years before they knew who I was. So we want to get back to it now that, you know, we got our race cars straightened around, but we're still building safety and chasing championships.
Now, this sport in particular, I know you love it to your core, and we spoke with Louie a couple of weeks ago, told us some great stories about you running around as a kid. And I love hearing those stories because I love this sport too. I get out here and I look around and it's just so great. But for the people out there that might be listening to this that just never been or haven't been or know someone who hasn't been, give me just your why are you investing so much to your time, your life, your money, your daughters, your family into this particular sport?
Well, because one, it makes us a living. Sent my kids to college. They've all graduated now from college, and that was a requirement, but mainly because I love it. I love racing. You know, I got a little bit of P.T. Barnum in me. That's why the road show that we created. It's not just going to go to the racetracks. It'll take 5 race cars to the malls, to airports, to movie theaters, to educate the people that have never seen a great sport in NHRA drag racing. And it's a way for me to do what I love to do. I love these big old 18-wheelers, so I bought 3 more of them. And it's kind of what we do. But to watch a drag race, whether it's at night under the lights, I love it under the lights. Right here at Palmdale last night, West Palm Beach, it was unbelievable under the lights watching cars run. And old Cruz mustered up an 04. Neff outran him today with an 03. But Cruz was bad yesterday, so was Hagan. All of them. But you're talking about a race car makes 8,000 horsepower. It goes down a racetrack at over 300 miles an hour in 4 seconds. And, boy, it's a lot going on out there. And it's side by side. It's competition. And it's who wins and then the cheer of the crowd. That's what it's really all about. The crowd's what motivates me. It's why I love it. And I keep doing it. And my family, we're racing people. My family's grown up, like Ashley said. I've never had any other job. And all my friends are out here. And she'll be back, so we're pretty excited.
Heading into your first season without Austin Coyle. Austin starting the season last year. You won the championship. Mike Neff, you always said a young pup helping get the old dogs off the couch. Austin is off on a vacation. I heard on another radio interview that you guys haven't spoke to that point. How are you adjusting to being at the track without a relationship that you've had for 30 years?
Well, he's not mad at me, and I'm not mad at him. Coyle understands the money that we had to cut because of the economy. With sponsors, everybody took cuts. And at the end of the day, he said, Forrest, every time I talk to you, you talk me into what I want to do. He said, for 30 years, he said, I got a bucket list. He said, I want to go fill it. I asked him, are you sick? He said, no. But at the end of the day, he wanted some time. And he said, when I'm ready to talk to you, I'll call you. And I just have to respect him. He's the guy that got me here. He's the greatest crew chief of all time. If you count the championships, he's got 2 more than me. And he helped me get all mine. So when he wants to come back, he knows there's a home out here. But at the end of the day, we ran at this racetrack. And I said one time I was with him and Gene Beaver, my uncle, in the early days, because my uncle got me to hire Coyle. Chi-Town hustler. And my uncle said, I told him we were standing there, I said, boy, this old car really mixing up the cylinder, been on fire twice. I'm a little scared of it. And he said, run over that little bluff over there with them gators, and when you come back, you'll never fear it again. That's what he told me. And I took my girl over, Courtney, to see the crocodiles or the gators. They just don't believe that really happens. They always think it's got to be in a zoo. Nope, not down here in Florida. So, nope, Coyle, he'll be fine, and we'll be fine. No man's an island, but if anybody was an island, Austin Coyle was. Greatest crew chief of all time. He knows I love him. He knows I miss him. When he's ready to surface, he will.
John, thanks for taking the time for WFO Radio. I appreciate it.
Yeah, WFO, and thank you to all the listeners, radio.com. But Coyle, he loved Mike Neff. He brought him over. And it only made sense when we had to give up that car. We had to put Mike Neff. I said, if I ever get an opening, you're going back in the seat. And Ashley said, Dad, I'm pregnant, and I've been racing for Castro for 9 years. I want to have a baby. So Mike Neff went in the seat, and I come back with Guido, Dean Antonelli, and Ron Douglas. I raced with Guido with Coyle for 15 years. I really feel at home over here. But I miss that hot rod over there and all them kids over there. So that's what it's all about, just big camaraderie, and we love it here. Do you love it here? Got your dad here?
I love it.
Dad's here. Got the whole family here.
75.
WF, is it O or Q?
Oh.
I knew that. I want to see if you knew.
I know.
WFOradio.com. Better listen to this, man.
I don't know how to end it better than that. Thanks, John.